Well, what's the crack? You're all very welcome to Ramble Pod. This episode is for the 19th of June 2018. Christ, I'm some man for the dates, aren't I? Holy Jesus Christ. I think, yes, second episode. It seems people are liking it, so I may as well keep it up. It's great to hear people are actually liking the podcasts in general, but I got a good few messages this week. I'll get into that a bit more in a minute. But yeah, you're all very welcome. I won't keep you long. Just a bit of an old check-in, see how you're keeping. And just to talk shite for a little bit. Excuse the noise, it's windy as fuck outside, so that I'm here inside the sitting room and the chimney is howling like a whore. But it's mad, like it's about 25 fucking degrees and the wind is blowing. So it's one of them occasions where I'm probably after scalding the head off myself. Because I'm out the back fucking sanding. If anybody saw on Instagram there, I bought table and chairs from a fella up the road. And they're lovely, but they're timber brown, like, and it's a bit old Ben's house, old woman's house. So I'm after sanding it. Jesus Christ, about 20 hours after going in. It seemed like a great deal at the time, but thinking about it afterwards, fuck it, I don't mind it. Just sanding the bollocks out of these things, and now I'm all primed at the minute. They're all primed, sanded and primed. Probably going to have to give them another sand just before I throw on the actual paint. But fuck it, it'll be done then, and that'll be the end of it. But I fucking hate painting. I hate painting. Anyway, if this is your first time listening to any buckshot fucking podcasts, and this is the shite you're listening to, don't worry, it'll be a lot of this actually. It's just chitter chatter on Fridays, and it's the actual interview one. But yeah, it's kind of like this. But if this is your first time, hit subscribe, go for it. Also, I can be found on any of the social media platforms. Again, with the chatty snaps, I don't really know. I don't use it all that much, other than just throwing stuff up. I don't really get a chance, but I am getting messages on them, so I don't want to lose the messages, so I have been screenshotting them. Some of the messages that have come through, of course, I've forgotten to do that sometimes and they go missing. But yeah, that's Tom Bear O'Mahony on that one. But Tom O'Mahony Comedy would find all the other ones from Twitter to Instagram. Instagram is I understand Instagram a bit more because I don't understand Snapchat. That's really it. And it's one or the other really, isn't it? These days, Facebook and Twitter, Tom O'Mahony Comedy will find me anywhere. And that's, if you need to get in contact in any way, send me actually a few people have sent me just emails, just chit-chatting, just sending me, hey, what's the crack? This is what's going, kind of nearly doing their own version of a podcast to me in a bit of an email form, which is great. Had a bit of a chat back. But do, buckshotpod at gmail.com or Tom O'Mahony Comedy, you can get me too, like, or just whatever. I think you can send messages to people on Instagram, which I definitely have gotten. I just have to accept them if I'm not following you, if I don't know you or whatever. But yeah, what's gone on this week? I'll be honest with you, I suppose, and there's no real point in us getting too excited about it, because I'm not a football man and soccer man, so I haven't been following the World Cup in any way. Then again, we're not in it. I'd probably keep an eye on it if Ireland were in it, but fuck's sake, like, I think the lustre has gone off it. And I mean, we would have gotten the shit kicked out of us anyway, wouldn't we? I don't think we're not up to much in the old soccer world when it comes to the national team. I did watch I watched the rugby match because we still haven't gotten we're after moving into this new place in Enniskerry, which is in County Wicklow. And we haven't gotten the telly sorted yet or whatever. With some channels, but we don't have the sports channels yet. But I went down the road to a pub down the road to watch it and watch the rugby match on Saturday morning. Lovely spot, very calm pub, and just nice, normal, the locals, even though it's a very touristy place, the locals were all in there watching it and had a bit of a chit-chat. But the in-laws were over on Sunday for Father's Day, and we went for a meal and stuff, and we went into that same pub for just a quick drink, and I said, there's another pub up the road, let's have a look at that. Oh, and it's scary if you haven't seen it, it's the most ridiculously picturesque place ever, like, a lot of money around here, like, none of it is mine. Fuck's sake, like. But we went into this, and the whole, it's exactly what you imagine. Nice people, posh enough, but not ridiculously posh. But holy sweet mother of Jesus Christ. Went up the road to the pub up the road, because I heard music. I was like, I think there's music up here. Let's go. It's like 4:00 in the day. Went up there. Well, sweet suffering Jesus. I'd say there's in the bigger IRA pub since the 1980s in Northern Ireland. Holy shit, walked in there. Come out, ye black and tans, come out and fight me. Like, come on. Unbelievable. These fellas wearing badges of lads that died during the Troubles, and at least 8 blokes inside there had big 1980s moustaches. Like, time had stood still in this place. Even though the crack was fucking 90, it was something else to behold, I have to say. It was something else. Holy Christ almighty. I should be actually asking people too for advice on, like, it's a while since I did any kind of carpentry, and the fucking paint. Oh my Jesus Christ. I probably sanded it too much. So I can't get this shit out of my head right now. Holy Jesus Christ. I'm a bit late with this one. Apologies for that, because I'm all over the shop today just trying to get shit ready, because I'm heading to Scotland tomorrow for a couple of days for work, which, again, I'd love to be able to tell you about, but like I said, it's nothing, it's, I'm not about to have a sex change or anything, but it's a show that's coming up, which I can't really talk about just yet, because I'm not allowed to talk about it. It's not, but I'm just not allowed to talk about it as of yet. So I will be filling you in on the future, but I have to go to Scotland for a couple of days. So that's why this one is late. And I'd say Friday's one, I'm interviewing in the morning. So I should have it out roughly on time. Thereabouts, like. I'm just trying to get up to see who messaged me during the week about... 1 second now. Who's this from? Oh shit, I'm after losing it. One of the lads from Clonmel. Who have we? Fuck it, I'm after losing it. Jesus Christ. Oh, 1 second. I'll definitely have it here now in a second. Yeah, because I gave a bit of a chit chat about the old barbecuing last week. And people are fucking into it. Fair play. I thought I'd be just talking to the wind, really. But people are definitely into the old barbecuing. And a lot more so that they're more into that, into listening to it. Peter Mulcahy, I'm guessing that's you. So it's because it's just Mull on the old chatty snaps. He messaged me there during the week. And over the weekend, actually. And he was just like, you should be a fucking salesman for this crowd. The Weber. He went, he went, Peter Mulcahy, you went out full bore to give you your credit. Jesus Christ, I actually took a Snapchat of it and tweeted it. I was like, Weber, you fucking seeing this? Man, you must have dropped about fucking 800 quid. I hope they did you a deal. Maybe you didn't spend that. Well, you got all the real deal stuff. Good on you. You'll have that shit forever. That's the great thing, you see. You'll have that shit forever. Yeah, and you'll mind it too because you spent a few quid on it, like. But all the same, you'll still have it. And you'll get more into it when the fucking things are just, when you have the good joke. It's like anything. Look, you buy drill bits from Aldi. Expect one of them to break and fucking stick in your forehead. Or just not. You know what I mean? You may as well be rubbing your Mickey at fucking trying to drill some of these, But if you buy Milwaukee, or if you buy Hilti ones, you'll have them for life. And they do the job, far less stress is involved. And it's not like any of us are loaded. But at the same time, save up the few bob and get the good joke when it comes to anything. That's my advice for life. Hold on. Save a few bob. Don't be wasting on whatever. Have a couple of less drinks at the weekend and get the fucking good joke. Because that way, it won't break on you. And you'll have it for the longer time. Where the fuck did I put this? Sick. Shit. I have to delete the picture. I had it saved. I have your other one where he has all the gear together. And the poor old gas yoke in the background looking fucking dejected. Mid-voyage, Tom. The other yoke is heading to the skip. That's the fucking chat, boy. Fair play to you. I got another one off of... Who did I get that one off of? Conzo Boy. I'm guessing that's Connor of some sort. I actually have a picture saved here. Raining on and off here in Belfast, but by fuck I'm lighting that barbecue out for dinner tonight after the Ramble Pod. Good on your horse. That's the fucking chat. And I actually screen saved it, and it's Jerry McBride. I was messaging Jerry back and forth in the whatchamacallit, in the corner. McBride, I always know McBride without even looking at the picture when a bubble comes up in the corner, because he starts everything with Pure Monaghan, good man. That's, hello Tom, how's it going? I'll always know it's him when it's coming up, and it'll be some yoke about the fucking car is giving him a dose. So we had a to and fro for about 50 messages about how he was going to cut out the coil spring, a broken coil spring himself on the car. Like, that's the kind of conversations we have. Like, do you know what I mean? It's never about, hey, how are you doing? It's just always, what would you do now if the back axle was fucking hanging off a yoke? And I don't know how I have the answers to so many of these things. I didn't think I was a redneck. But I suppose when you add up all the things that I kind of know about, fucking it's probably just pointing straight at me that I probably am. I probably fucking am. So that was, and I'm after fucking losing the other one, because there was a picture of all the gear you were after getting. Well, this is fucking unbelievable. And I got two other ones again, and I'm after losing them. I'm some bollocks. And I genuinely had meant to fucking hang on to them. Yeah, I'm a total fucking toe rag. Where was the other one? Oh, fair. Well, this is proper order. Jermac on Instagram, you see, these messages are still here. So that's grand. Yeah, in fairness to him now, he said, fuck it. I'd love to have a charcoal barbecue. but I'm a lazy bollocks. And do you know what? And I said to him, it takes a big man to admit it. There is a fair bit of fucking work. You are going to smell like a fucking gypsy's elbow after it. There's no doubt. It's not the easy route, like. It's not. The gas one is the handy route. All you have to do is give it a fucking rub down with a wire brush afterwards. Job oxo, right? But, like, do you know? And to be fair, if you're in a built-up area too and you're smoking something for 10 fucking hours, like, your neighbours are not going to be happy with you with the washing hanging out, like. This is the other, you know. But, fuck it. Fuck them. That's what I say. Because, you know what I mean? It's impressive coming out the other side. Like, and also, if all you're into is doing, like, burgers and sausages, then don't be bothering your hole with the good yolk, like, with a charcoal yolk either. Because what's the point? You're only cooking them. Like, really, the right good charcoal yolk, yeah. It's like, when you're talking about thick old meats, like steaks and stuff like that. And this is the thing. I think I should have really written down what I talked about last week because I hate crossing over on stuff like that. But I said I would talk about podcasts or fucking podcast. I talk about barbecuing on this podcast. I mean, I don't know. Did I mention about the steak? I mean, the handiest. I've been asked about this before because I put up pictures of steaks. It's like, here's the thing. You don't actually, like, if you can get the aged ones, right? Yeah, the fucking class. If you can get 21 to aged plus, because meat, like beef can go to fucking nearly being black. It can go to nearly being 60 to age, which means, like, it's not that it was just left out on the table for 60 days. It means it was in a cooler at about 2 degrees. So a bit colder than your average fridge. Age, and then there's the dry aging, which is done with, they put salt in the room, which pulls the moisture out of the room, which by that, what that does is, that's the only thing that causes mold is moisture. So with the salt in the room, you'll often see these in a lot of big American fucking places and all the rest with their big tomahawk steaks. They'll have dry aged and all the rest of it. So that's to be made of it, like, but you can, you know what I mean? Here's the fucking thing. If you've gone for, like, you can't go wrong with sirloin. You don't have to go tenderizing or anything. If you are concerned and you think it's a bit on the fucking tougher side, here's the thing. If you don't go for a right fancy steak, right, say you get a bit of fucking rump and it's only like 14 aged or something like that, you can, without flaking the living bollocks out of what they, because I'm not a fan of beating the shit out of meat, because it kind of, what the fuck are you eating then, like? Do you know what I mean? Are you eating rashers or what the fuck are you doing, like? A handy one, here's a handy one for you. If you want to tenderize meat, especially beef, the handy lime juice. Lime juice will cook a fucking thing for you. Would almost cook it. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like, it'll cook certain fish, certain white fish. You don't need to put them near any heat. You just pour lime juice on it and let it sit there for about 10-15 minutes. It cooks, right? So it'll actually get into the meat and break it down for you. Now, the lime juice, for the most part, will be actually burnt off the flavour of it. Even though lime juice, who gets upset by lime juice? If you like 7-Up, you don't mind the taste of limes. It'll break down a fucking tough old steak on you. And here's the trick with it. Don't go drenching the fucking thing in oil. Some people do. A little bit is grand. You want if you're doing charcoal, you kind of want you want the redness up on it. So you want the vents open full throttle because you need it red. Because you're not going to smoking temperature, like, you know what I mean? And plus you don't want to cook it too long because you'll end up with a fucking, your boot basically. 4 minutes, and I mean hit the stopwatch, like, on the watch. 4 minutes either side on the fucking high heat. Then cover it back over the barbecue, fuck it over to the side in the indirect heat, which would be where the coals aren't, and scrape them out of the fucking way if they are, covering the whole base of the barbecue, and let it sit there for no more. I'm telling you now, even if you're not somebody for rare, don't give up cooking your fucking steaks well done. Fuck that shit. You just want to cook them to what they call blue, which is, I don't know why they call it blue, because it doesn't turn fucking blue. It turns kind of browny grey on the inside. When just cook it to medium is plenty. Cook it a bit rare, I reckon, because you got to let it sit. That's the number one trick I'm going to talk about today. I'm not going to get into it for too long, but you can't go too far wrong by letting everything sit for about 10 or 15 minutes afterwards, especially if you're cooking something for a long time. Say you do like a brisket, which I've only done a couple of times last year because it's no fucking joke. It takes a whole day. It takes 10 hours, 10 to 11 hours, maybe even 12 hours by the time you rest and everything. Something like that. You got to let brisket. You got to wrap that back up with foil. You got to let that rest for a good hour before you go near it, because all those juices that were flying out of it while I was cooking, it needs to soak them all back up again. But anything, even if you're just doing a fucking chicken, which I tell you, I did one yesterday. I didn't actually put up any. I totally forgot to kind of take pictures of it and shit, but I didn't anyway. I mean, if you look on my YouTube page, you'll see them. I will do a couple of more fun ones. Like I'm going to do something with pork belly next week. I'm also going to do beef short ribs, because I'm going to be down home in Tip, and I have short ribs essentially waiting for me with Brendan Healy in care. And I'm going to do just a couple other ones, but there's a couple actually it looks like we're going to do a serious pilot for one of these. This is something I can talk about, because it's between myself and another comedian who loves he'd be fairly flashy now at the old barbecuing. So we're going to film it properly and all the rest of it, and see can we do but have a right bit of crack doing it. And see what comes. If nothing else, we just fuck it up on YouTube. I don't know if any TV channels are going to be into two foul-mouthed comedians talking about cooking meat. Let me know if that's something you'd be into. We'll form a petition of some kind of sort, and we'll get it together. But that is resting meat, letting the meat fucking rest. Beforehand, get it up, anything get to room temperature. Don't be putting anything onto the fucking barbecue cold. This goes for gas or goes for charcoal. Leave it out, get it out an hour beforehand out of the fridge. Don't be doing it, because you're starting out on a back foot already. Because what it does, if it's cold, the rush of heat to it freaks the fucking meat out. That's the easiest way I can describe it. It just freaks the meat out, and it binds together real fucking. You know what I mean? So it's too much of a shock to the system for meat. So like that, letting it get, and then on the other side, let it fucking rest. Last night now I left that chicken fucking rest nearly 40 minutes. Just loosely wrap it back up with foil. It ain't going to go fucking too cold. The bones and all are fucking hot in the thing. It isn't going, and even if it does cool down a bit, you're going to be putting it on a hot plate and whatever sauce you're going to make. Although, if you're not into the fucking sauces and you just want to love the taste of the meat, you'll be grand. It's not going to freeze anyway. Do you know that you don't have to have it on the plate fucking piping hot. You want to be able to taste the bastard thing that burned the fucking mouth off you. But the one I did yesterday, I should have actually done it, because I've only ever done it once before, and it actually turned out fairly sexy. It was a pomegranate chicken. Fuck, it came out good. The simplest way I can explain it: season the chicken lightly. I like cutting the back out. They call it spatchcock chicken. I like cutting the fucking back out with the scissors. Go for that. It's the handiest way, because you're not cooking. What the fuck do you want to cook all the cavity for it? You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck stuffs a chicken anymore with that Paxo shit? And by the way, if you're ever doing that, turn off the podcast right now. Unsubscribe. If you're buying Paxo in a box, fucking Jesus, tonight divine, like, you're talking about serious fucking scutter there for the bit of effort with the breadcrumbs and a bit of butter and all the rest of it. There's the phone pinging there. Nothing interesting there to be talking about. I thought it'd be somebody messaging me, although the reception is shocking. So yeah, cut it out of it. Pomegranate juice. I got 2 pomegranates, because they were cheap in Aldi. I got 2 pomegranates. Squeeze them, got all the juice out of them, and boiled them for about 10 minutes until it got a bit gluey. And then I added a little bit of sugar and a little bit of apple cider vinegar, which is kind of the basis of Tom's barbecue sauce. I will actually put up the recipe of my own barbecue sauce someday, but I kind of like the fact that people taste it and go, well, fuck me. Because, you know, it's not, look, I'm sure it's done the exact same in a million different places. I just have a little bit of a twist on my one. But that essentially makes a sauce out of it, just like barbecue, and it sweetens it. And like sweet stuff goes with the lighter meats. Like, it goes with venison, it goes with chicken. Not so much with beef. You know, you can, a bit more savoury with beef, I think. And just about 15 minutes from the end, get out the old basin brush, cover the whole fucking thing in it. And then, when that's done, then what you do is you pull off the chicken, and then you put it in the tin foil. But what's left in the pan then, because obviously you cook with a few onions and stuff like that, a few bit of garlic in the bottom of the pan, throw in some chicken stock, all that sticky stuff. Then the last of that pomegranate, fuck in all the seeds as well, and boil that up for about 15 minutes. It thickens up nicely. Then you're off to the fucking races. I'm not guiding you to eat the bones and everything after this stuff. I'll put up a video of it. I'll do another one next week, and I'll put up a video of it, even though I'm fucking terrible for describing things. The other tip I'm gonna, for lads that are getting into the smoking side of things, you'll see for some of the videos in the States and stuff like that, you see them smoking. They were able to get, because they have a serious barbecue culture over there. I know there's a place here up the road apparently that's supposed to be shit hot. I haven't had time to go to it, but I like, you can get the smoking chips. Obviously, you can get here. You'll see the Americans all the time. They've big old fucking knobs of the stuff, like big chunk of it the size of your fist. And that's the job, because that burns down at its own regular pace. Like, the chips can sometimes go on fire. So some lads use the smoking box and all the rest of it. I reckon they're a load of fucking shite, really, to be honest with you. Your best bet is here, and this is two ways. Especially when I'm doing pork, I'll soak apple chips, sweet chips to go with pork. Hickory, oak will go with beef, and beech chips to go with chicken. Those are kind of the rules of it. You don't have to fucking stick to it, but you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time with beech if you're doing beef, because it isn't going to be strong enough to get in at it. You need oak or hickory. There's a couple other ones. I should actually do a video on this as well. Fuck me finding the time. But anyway, the handiest one with the chips is to soak them. I've soaked applewood chips or cherrywood chips in apple cider vinegar. Soak it for a good hour. And that means at least you're slowing down the process, you know what I mean, of them going on fire when you do put them on top of the coals. The boxes, like I said, play around with them if you want. I have a couple of cast iron yokes there, and I can get no real good out of them. They're alright, like, but they, on top of the fact that they take a ton of heat from the actual fucking barbecue themselves, like, they're alright. But the handy thing about them is, I suppose, you can load them up and all the rest of it, but you're probably better off getting a couple of right good fucking fistfuls, coming back to it an hour and a half later, putting on another fistful of soaked ones. Soak them for a good hour, because if you're only soaking them for 2 minutes or whatever, it'll just wet the outside of them. They eventually will just burn off. Soak them in whatever you like the smell of, you know. So if you like the smell of fucking apple cider vinegar, especially when it comes to whatchamacallit, with the hickory and the oak, I'd just go with water. I've put them in Guinness and stuff like that before. Waste fucking time. Tastes like nothing, really. You can't really taste it over an hour period. So just soak them in water to slow down the actual burning process. But I will smoke the living Jesus out of them. I'm going to get fucking crazy, like, but I'm going to do a video as well of injecting meat yourself. Because when you buy, this is the thing, if you're buying bacon has already been injected by their own brine and their own fucking all the rest of it. But if you're buying pork shoulder, you know, pork is just straight from the pig. It's just, that's the thing. Bacon has been infused with their own version of salt, essentially. Pork is the raw version. And I've done a couple of apple cider ones and stuff like that with a bit of barbecue fucking vibe going to them that have actually injected into the pork. I will put up a video of that. Getting one of them yolks is tricky enough. I had to order it online. I'll put up a link to it when I do it. I'll put the link to it underneath it on the video of where to actually get one of these yolks. It's it's basically a big fucking syringe, and you're injecting, but it's injecting your own flavours. So you can put things like fucking cider and stuff like that into the middle of a fucking shoulder of pork. It's pretty badass. Like, it comes out the other end fairly class. But maybe that's just me being a total wanker about the whole thing. But other than that, I'll come back next week. I'll have a couple of more bits of spiel on the barbecue. And hit me up with as many questions as you like. Like I said, Tom O'Mahony Comedy will find everything from Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Tom Bear O'Mahony on Snapchat. Share it around. Tell the gang. Tell everybody about it that that the podcast is on. It's all this is the thing. A couple of new people have kind of hit me up this week that they said their friends told them about it and stuff. This is fucking class. We're forming our own union here, lads. This is mighty. Just a shout out to the people who have pledged on Patreon. James Kennedy, good on you, James. Fair play to you. You pledged to get this week or last. I don't know. I only have to spot that now. There's a couple of others there, but the odd names have come up with it. People haven't put their own names on it. You really should. If you have pledged, if you haven't heard of Patreon, I'm guessing you're fucking tired of me talking about it at this stage. But essentially, it's for any form of art that you listen to, play, whatever you're into. If the artist isn't somebody who's charging you for something, Patreon is a way to throw a couple of odd quid towards the actual thing, because it will be ongoing. You know what I mean? It's not going to stop. And to tell you where the money is going, it's quite simplistic. It's going to go towards getting better and newer gear, so I can video things better and all the rest of it. Especially when it comes to the barbecue and stuff. Like I said, we're going to be doing a pilot for one in the next couple of weeks, myself and another comedian. That in itself is going to cost a couple of bob to make. So that's where the Patreon money goes. That's to say, have a look at Patreon. You'll see what it's about. It's a really cool way of just kind of going, yeah, man. And it's a little at $2 a month. Do you know what I mean? If you're not into it, don't worry about it. But if you do listen on iTunes, leave us a 5-star review. If it's less than 5-star you're thinking of, don't fuck about it. It's grand. Honest to God. I'm not going to benefit anything from being told, from being critiqued at a 3.5 review. It's not going to do it for anything for anybody else that listens to the podcast either. And throw us an old comment down the bottom. It's always, listen, the more 5 stars you get, the easier it is for people to find this thing. The more that's listen to it, the more we can throw out more. I'd love to do one of these things a day. But like that, hit me up. If you want to message me on anything, hit me up. I want to hear about your barbecue stuff. And even if it isn't barbecue related, fucking throw it on to me. Whatever you have on your mind, send it on to Tom. That's the whole idea of the Ramble Pod. Anyway, I'll be back on Friday with our guest. Thank you very much, gang. Good luck.